But what are we expecting out of Unchained this year? We've got a bit of a trailer. It seems to continue to paint Pogacar as a bit of the bad guy,
Mm.
I think.
I think we've got a little bit of this going on where it's like, okay, Vinga goes good, Pogacar's bad, Pogacar's good, Vinga goes bad, and then this year it seems like they're really ramping up. I mean, at least from the trailer, we're getting a lot of the classic. Money is running everything in cycling, and
Yeah.
Pogacar's face shows up after you see, UAE's wealth displayed. So yeah, they seem to be leaning into that arc now.
Mm.
There's
The
a
go on.
there's a screenshot that one of my friends sent me from that trailer. That's just Tadej Pogacar saying, "Now we're gonna have to hit the explicit button. Let's fuck
God
things
damn
up."
it.
In the
Yeah.
middle of the trailer. So I think that is an indication of like the kind of character that they're going to start portraying him as.
The thing that typified the whole sort of made to try and bump French subscriptions to Netflix, yet going out internationally, was summed up by the trailer being released by Netflix France in French, and then all the teams posting their own versions of the video, which was the English translation. But I didn't really see a Netflix account do the English version of the trailer. And it was just like, this just sums up
Yeah.
the whole fumbling of this whole project,
Yeah.
which is sad because it was at times good, at times not so good. But on balance, it gave us the Pidcock Cummings saga,
Yep.
for which I think you can underline it as that was a net positive for cycling media and sort of narrative storylines and just intrigue.
Well,
But
I know that
go
there
on.
are people that listen to this podcast that found us via that Unchained podcast, right? Like
Yeah,
there
for
are
sure.
people that have come into the sport because of it. I don't think it's it was never gonna be what Drive to Survive was because it didn't happen in the middle of COVID. But I think as in general a net positive on cycling the last couple of years. I'm bummed that it's done.
Same.
I would have preferred it kept going.
Yeah, same. And it's one of those things where, like, I think someone commented this on the piece I wrote or told in Discord, so I can't remember who it was, but they seem to suggest that the way that Netflix operates is that they ordered 3 series to start off with, and then part of the commissioning process means to get it all recommissioned means putting it out for tender again, and often there are massive bonuses and stuff put in if you manage to get if a series proves so popular that then it gets re-upped, and so it becomes that much more expensive, that not as profitable. It's not a huge hit, so then why direct all your resources or a lot of resources to continuing with this show when you could try and find the next, I don't know, Secret Lives of Mormon Wives or whatever, and
Yeah.
and logistically much easier to bumble around Utah filming women drinking massive sodas than cover the Tour de France.
Good
Do you
God.
watch the show, Johnny? Seems
I
like
have
you
started watching it. It's
Yeah.
nuts. I've been learning a lot, Dane, but we'll save it for after dark.
I live like an hour and a half from Utah. Let's go pop over
Yes,
say hi.
I did check a map and
Yeah.
I was like, oh Christ, yeah.
Y-
But yes, Netflix.
Oh Christ, yeah, literally, yeah. You know who showed up at my door yesterday?
Elder Price.
2 young Mormon gentlemen
It was.
to talk to me about
Well,
God
That's
knows what.
unreal.
you can get
Uh,
that anywhere.
God does
in
know
the
what.
States.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they have them in the UK as well.
Yeah,
Unis, they like going to. I think they like going to Edinburgh Uni.
I don't- I
Anyway,
think
we're
they-
getting sidetracked.
they're
go on. We'll
targeting
save it
me
for
with
after
my
that.
small children so we can repopulate or something like that. Yeah,
Oh. Nice.
we're on a bit of a tangent there.
Yeah, Netflix. What? And also, sorry, yeah, it's hard to releasing it so close to the tour. Just seems it's again this whole thing of how it's all algorithm, right? It's all big company and feeling like they don't care about how people have watched it in the past. It's like, okay, we'll try and see. Maybe it's another scheduling thing. Maybe it's they want that to be their blockbuster now. Oh, there's nothing for July. Maybe it will help because people start watching it as the Tour de France starts, and then obviously in the evenings when the stage is over, or for Americans when
Maybe-
it's lunchtime, then you chuck that on. And
Maybe
you're
they
watching
have
2 Tour de
data.
France concurrently.
Maybe they have data that everyone binges it in 3 days.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, but it's I think it literally I think it's a heightened thing because we care about having it in time. But I feel like everyone did enjoy watching it 3 weeks before over like the span of a week,
Yeah,
getting pumped for the tour, reminding themselves, and then having like 10 days to wait until the race started. That's always seemed to make the most sense.
I've
So-
sent about 15 emails off trying to get an early media screener and haven't received anything back, including to the folks. Remember how we're going to be in there, we think.
Hopefully.
This podcast, we think, is going to be in one of the episodes. I think it's going to be Kit saying that Cavendish can't get 35. So we're about to be wrong.
Maybe that's why they got blocked.
Yeah.
Um,
But anyway,
Yeah.
anybody out there can get me a screener of this thing. Do you work for Netflix? Send me an email.
Yeah.
Editor@escapecollective.com. Like genuinely, otherwise I don't think we're going to be able to do that podcast. We're going to be on the ground in France. There's no way. There's no way.
too much to do in Lille,
Yeah.
So many sites to see.
So many sites to see.
But yeah, it is really sad because definitely I had like pals or like friends of friends you meet out who would have watched it, learn what you do, and then be like, oh yeah, that was actually interesting, and they'd know a bit about what happened.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly they were just like telling me how fit Thibaut Pinot was, but that's good, If we have to grow the game through Thibaut Pinot's handsomeness, I'm all down for it. But it's just sad, It was a connection to the outside world that made cycling seem a bit more normal, and explained it and put a bit of glitz and glam on it, which I think we could sometimes do with.
Yeah, authenticity isn't the right word. What's the what's the word I'm looking for? Credibility. It gives it like
Yes.
pop culture credibility,
yeah.
like broader
Yeah.
culture credibility. And yeah, that was cool. It was cool to see. It was just cool to see cycling on Netflix.
It's just a
Like-
shame that it had to be so French. Like,
Yeah.
make it international. Make it,
I mean,
And I feel like the vibe was slightly off where they lean so hard on this thing, the race is so hard. Like, yeah, it's hard, and I think you can incorporate that, but like even me, I sometimes struggle to fathom how difficult those like riding the Tour is, even though you're there every day. To a regular person,
yeah.
you can't imagine what riding up the Glibby is like when you've never seen it, you've never been there. You don't even get to see the whole of the climb unless
Yeah.
you're in the race. So I feel like they could have done a bit more to,
That said, based on the trailer alone, we are in for a Mark Matteo month.
yeah.
And
complaining.
maybe if the folks making this show, if they knew 8-9 months ago that it wasn't going to get renewed, and they're it's French Netflix, and they're like, fine, then we're going all in. We're going all in on Mark Matteo this time. So maybe we're just going to get 8 episodes of Mark Matteo, which in that case, I'm all for it.
I wonder
think
what
it'll be
Vorta's going to
fantastic.
get up to this time around. That's what I'm looking for.
We will have to, as always, we will make these podcasts eventually. Might have to do it in August.
The
we
size
will-
of Wout van Aert's Kitchen Island.
We will talk about
There's so
Wout van Aert's
many-
Kitchen Island.
so many
We
things.
will award the awards for
Mm.
most best understanding of the assignment, etc. We'll get there.